One UI 7 has a problem. Its launch has been less than ideal. But why? Let's go. One UI 7 is transformative. It would want to be, since it took Samsung 4 months longer to launch the stable version than it normally does. But why was there this long delay? Why has it been so troublesome for Samsung to roll out One UI 7? If we go all the way back to October 2024, when Samsung first kind of showed off One UI 7 at STC, they were already late to the party. The beta for One UI 6 started in August of 2023 and had rolled out before the end of that year. So just announcing One UI 7 in October, it was already months behind. The beta then didn't officially start until December of 2024, so far behind where it was the year prior. Why was this all delayed? The optimist in me likes to think that Samsung were overhauling the entire interaction system. It also hints at a bit of a late decision to do so. Makes me think that maybe they had a version of One UI 7 ready to go and they wanted to throw it out and start again. Then the S25 launched with a fully operational version of One UI 7. The fact it launched with One UI 7 wasn't the surprise. What was surprising was it not launching with One UI 7.1. As has been the tradition in recent years, the full version of One UI launches towards the back end of a year, sort of November, December time. And then when the new flagship launches, you get the point 0.1 version of whatever update that was with a full new set of features. Everyone kind of was on board with that sort of thought process because you get the new interactions with the new version of One UI, and then the point 0.1 update will come after the launch of the new flagship. The cynic and everyone else, not so much me, thought that Samsung held back One UI 7 so it could sell more S25 series phones. This was not a theory I bought into, purely because if that was what Samsung wanted to do, they would have heavily marketed One UI 7 available only on S25 as a way of promoting that they could get One UI 7 with an S25 series phone. But they did not do that. As a bit of software, One UI 7 on the Galaxy S25 was really enjoyable to use. The animations became a lot more fluid. There was a lot more purpose behind the interaction. Everyone was enjoying the experience that they were getting with One UI 7 on the S25 series. It was an amazing mix of fluidity and new features that provided a very cohesive software experience. The beta programs then expanded, and Samsung started officially communicating some timelines. April was to begin the official rollout on a global scale. Once the beta program was sort of drawing a conclusion, there were a few things that popped up that was starting to be a bit of a concern. The One UI 7 on other versions, on like S24 and Flip, for example, it kind of exposed that the S25 series was pretty much a beta version of One UI 7 still. Lots of people gave me a lot of grief for saying I shouldn't compare One UI 7 as a beta to the final version on S25. It's no point in doing that because they'll all get updated. But I think what sort of is not being understood is how backwards this whole process has been. As I mentioned earlier, you normally get the point 0 update of the One UI version at the end of the year, and then the point 0.1 update gets the new features with optimized performance. But what happened this time was the point 0 launched with the flagship, and then it almost seems like the point 0.1 version is launching with the older phones. The reason why I thought that was because, well, one, you got the proper charging animation on the beta versions of S24 and even S23. But even next to that, you got some extra stuff, like the media player becoming a live notification tile in the beta, and then later the full version of One UI 7 on S24, and it's only now just been updated on the S25 to be the full charging animation. Either way, the beta program ended, and the official rollout started with the Galaxy S24, the Flip, and the Fold in Samsung's home country of Korea a couple weeks ago. Parts of Europe were next, and the rollout was looking to go ahead as planned or as scheduled. But then it all came to a crashing, grinding halt. Samsung received reports that there were issues with the One UI 7 update, locking people out of their phones. They weren't able to get into their phone with a screen lock or a fingerprint scanner on there, and that's a huge concern, so the update was completely paused. Imagine if you needed to make a call or check some important work emails, and you just couldn't get into your phone. Bit of a disaster. There was communication from Samsung that did say that the rollout can now be continued, the problem has been fixed, and a new updated schedule has been sent out. But the fact that it happened in the first place is a massive cause for concern, especially with the length of time that this update has taken to come into effect. Delaying the original beta release from August, pushing it to December, and then pushing the official launch till after the new flagship means that they had all this extra time to really push this through. It just means that extra internal testing that they maybe gave themselves, providing that they gave themselves all that extra time. Remember, as I said, if they threw out an old version of One UI 7 and started again, maybe that's what maybe has missed the boat with this update. The thing I think I'm most upset about One UI 7 is that the S25 has only just got the final version. It launched with what I'm calling a very final beta version of One UI 7, meaning the proper flagship phone from Samsung, the launch, was still kind of being tested and has only just got the final version with the new features of the new charging animation and the media panel in the live notifications area. It's safe to say that the consumer reaction to this whole furor has not been great. On one hand, you get the crowd saying that Samsung just needed time to make it perfect and optimize it. I do subscribe to that school of thought, especially as when we really break it down, it's just phone software, and One UI 6 isn't broken, and you're still getting good interactions and good features out of One UI 6. But then on the other extreme, you get the people calling Samsung scammers, and I hate this one, Scamsung. It's so bad as a name. The reason why they say that is because Samsung gets 7 years of OS support. Well, first of all, it's not 7 years, it's 7 generations. So this is not impacting into that whatsoever. And software, things can change. Ultimately, 4 months of phone ownership, or 4 months out of 7 generations, isn't that big of a deal. But I can sort of sit somewhere in the middle and sort of see how this could be problematic because, well, there was a schedule that Samsung were keeping to, and they've kind of broken it. And then also how they've kind of messed it up with some issues and optimizations not being there when they took that extra time to make it optimized. And there is that middle ground where you can appreciate that Samsung needed to take the time to overhaul One UI and make it what they wanted to, but also believes they've mishandled the communication of this whole rollout and allowed people's imagination to run wild with why it's been delayed. And that has been the issue. The problem with One UI 7 is Samsung's lack of communication. Samsung just haven't communicated enough or clearly enough with this whole One UI 7 rollout. So eventually this software will roll itself out to the masses. Samsung can finally put this whole thing in the rear view mirror after I imagine what will be some very, very thorough and very intense review process. And then they'll be able to drive towards One UI 8, which I may have a sneak peek of myself, and get everything back on track as it was before. That sneak peek is that I have One UI 8 running on my Galaxy Z Flip 6. I know. Let me know if you want a bit of a breakdown over the new things that this has, some of the new features that they've brought to One UI 8, to a foldable, but also just to a last year's phone, and I'll happily make a video comparing One UI 8 to One UI 7. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know your frustrations, what you've experienced with One UI 7 down in the comments below. Hit subscribe while you're down there, and I'll see you guys in the next one. You!